Does anybody have any housekeeping they would like to do?
No, that's for women. Thank you.
Okay, she's
Who's
about to
chosen
press.
these
I already
subjects?
pressed the button.
Yeah,
oh,
she's
she's
about.
already hoop doo boo hoop.
My
Well,
God.
Maybe you should tell
throw
us
it
what-
out. Throw it all out.
Yeah. So far, you guys have made it a little ways. Yep.
Nice.
You guys made it. Let me check my mapu.
We made it to the people who don't know
The
how to grow
troll
rice farms.
claws.
Yeah, the
We got the
troll
same map
claw
couple times
plane.
to bring it out.
No, I
Nice.
got it. Yep, you made it to the troll claws, and you made it all the way to Troll Claw Ford. Upon doing so, you saw some people getting. Actually, they were minding their business until the young human decided to take a closer look at the raft. In which case, he got what we would call a not Faerun jumped by a bunch of water things. You guys had everything well in hand. The people of the Troll Claws did their best to help out, and then one just started hit rocking people left and right, who you later found out was a dragon named Earlix. He is a brass dragon. He has a cousin who lives in the ocean, who he allegedly hates. After Lodestone maybe asked one too many questions and was threatened with death, he said, "Would you guys like to go to Waterdeep?" I believe you guys said yes.
Mm-hmm.
That was what, and he said, "Okay." In the morning,
The alcohol.
he will take you to Waterdeep. So
And Hugo
you
burnt
guys,
out, or
Thanks.
what's his name? Hubie ruined his carpet.
yes,
Yep.
and Hobie accidentally destroyed a millennia-old tapestry.
I did
That
it
is
on
correct.
purpose.
Yeah, I know you did.
He
I
did
know you
on
did. Yeah, he's leaning into it, and I respect
Mhm.
that. It's what his
Mhm.
character would do.
No, let's not do that,
Accept
Rally.
responsibility.
Yep. Okay. So the morning arrives. If you guys have rations or something to nosh on, please remove one from thine pack.
Okay.
Are we considered a full
I believe
rest?
I do.
Or
Yeah, you guys have fully rested. Got
Oh,
lots of
goody.
good sleep.
Goodbye, my temporary hit points.
Where's my
Yeah,
back?
Ego walks you guys out basically the same way you came, before anyone really is stirring, and looks at you guys and says, "Okay, so's you guys ready to go to Waterdeep now, or you want to stay here for a bit?" It's kind of, yeah, it's not gonna bother me any.
19.
yeah, I'm
Okay,
fucking
maybe
ready.
I was like, yeah,
I think
maybe my headset's broken.
I think it's
No.
ready. We press on.
It's time.
Okay. Once he moves you guys far enough away from the town, just like on the outskirts, he transforms back into a dragon. And he starts to get larger than he was in his cave, quite a bit larger. And he says, "All right, show of hands, who here ever thought they were ever going to fly on the back of a dragon? Huh? Anybody?
Nope.
I raise my hand.
Tanga shakes her head no.
No?
I like
No?
sheepishly raise my hand.
Okay. And he, as he's rubbing his hands together, he claps them together and he goes, "Good, because you never will." And you guys start to dissipate, and you show up on the far side of Waterdeep. Wanna know?
Oh, he fucking teleported us. Little shit.
Thank God he surely did not want me to be on his back.
Holding it in, hold it in, losing my lunch.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I guess you watched the dark blue Genasi lose his whatever he had for lunch.
A whole
That.
ration.
Yeah, he just yacked it. Most of it is still freshly chewed.
Mm.
Yep.
Oh, what a waste.
Welcome to Waterdeep. How many of you guys, of your characters, again, because I need to know, how many of you guys know anything about Waterdeep?
Probably just like the trade cycles.
Okay.
Nope.
If you guys would like to, you can roll me a history.
I mean, I've been here for 3 months before I made it down to Baldur's Gate, but
Okay, so then roll me a history at advantage.
Yes. Think. Nope.
Yeah, boys and girls, let's get these low ones out.
Oh, dude, we are gonna.
Tango was under the impression that this has a lot of wizards here.
All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Does it? I
three,
fucking
4,
know.
5. I'm missing one. Who am I missing? Schwad.
The Astral Elf.
I'm
What
not
the
from this
elf
place.
doing?
I don't know anything about them.
Okay, so you're not even gonna try to dig. All
I
right,
don't
no,
either.
okay, VC, you know that this place is known as the City of Splendors, or the Crown of the North. It is considered one of the most influential, if not the most influential city in the north along the Sword Coast, and perhaps all of Faerun. Reason being is that even though there is one seated speaker for the city, there is actually a council of 26, but no one knows who they are, or what their expertise is in that makes all official decisions. Most mercantile, trade, study, politics, anybody who is anybody or who wants to become somebody has a place here in Waterdeep. People from Waterdeep are not called Waterdeepians, they're called Waterhavians.
I don't
So
believe you.
that's straight from the book, my dude. If you think I'm that smart, you're a goober. You also know that this city is like 3 times the size of Baldur's Gate because it stretches 100 miles outside of its city walls as well. There are 3 roads cutting through it. There's the Tradeway, which was the way that you made it out of Waterdeep to go to Baldur's Gate. There is the Long Road, which is the road you took getting to your house, VC. And then there's the High Road. The High Road follows the ocean all the way up into Neverwinter and Luskan, sorry. There you go. If you wish to convey any of that to anyone, that's fine. If not, you guys see a giant city. You are on the outskirts of it. Just pretend you're those 3 people just popping a squat. You notice that there are people camping outside the city walls.
Oh, the poors.
Sure. But there doesn't seem to be the guards, like they're not blocking entry for anyone, or they're not restricting anyone inside in the form of quarantine or martial law. The
Doesn't look like the
floor,
news reached them.
yeah, the floor is yours. Feel free to go whereabouts you want.
Weapon shop.
Weapon shop.
I'm looking for my second quote unquote hand crossbow.
All right. Why don't you roll me? Because you've never been to Waterdeep before, have you?
Nope. I'm gonna be asking a guard or a
if I can point
Batrian.
them like close to where it is, I would.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, since you're gonna ask a guard and you'll have John talking you through it, you find like there's a ton of them. So if you want to go to like the castle ward, which is one of the several small places, you can go to the halls of Hilmer. You can go to the Melshimber offices, which is usually consultation and like magic weapons. You can
No.
go to the Old Temple Lot Warehouse, which is kind of like leftover things that have been collected from the Sea Ward. There's like the Swords High Saleh, which is mostly weapons, but it's usually for like dueling pistols and things like that. To the
You
North
give me too
Ward,
many options and I'm gonna lose my shit.
good, good. That's the point. And then there's the Grand Saleh and the Wands Academy.
I don't want to go to the expensive stuff. I want to go to like somewhere that's like reputable but not like fancy.
Okay, so you would be sent to the Trades Ward, which is in the south central area of Waterdeep, to a place called the Busy Hammer.
That's the one. I'm in there.
All
I'm
right.
doing that guy.
What?
Hmm?
Whole hippo. on that guy.
Yeah,
He
one
is
whole
upset.
hippo. All right, we're reusing this because I can't find my other one. You are in the weapon, bitch.
No, it is a mess.
Feel that.
Yeah. So when you walk in, it is equally, if not more so, desolate than the last place you saw in Baldur's Gate. You see, I almost said Argonian. There is a draconic gentleman with a leather apron on. He goes, "Yes, sir. How can I be of service?"
I'm looking for a crossbow that I can wield with one of my hands.
I have a hand crossbow, and he pulls out a very small, delicate hand crossbow.
Sure. And how much is
This will be 35 gold pieces.
fucking wizard? 35. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, would you do 30?
I'd consider it. How about 32?
Hmm. I'll give you 31.
How about 40?
Good day, sir.
Okay. And off you go.
Yep. Next shop.
Yeah. Okay, so you're just bargain hunting.
Yep.
Go ahead and roll me an investigation at advantage because you kind of know what happened at the last city you were in.
I'm the best.
Okay. Every single one of these places is gouging you. They're at like a 1000% markup,
Yeah,
and you
tracks.
cannot seem to understand why. Maybe because they think you're a dumb hippo, or maybe because they think you're desperate. But yeah, you're not going to find anything south of 25 gold for a one-handed hand
Hmm.
crossbow.
Well, they can all go to hell then. I guess I'll wait till the next town.
Okay. Does anyone else have anything they would like to immediately run off and do? I guess you guys just saw like the hippo take off, or did you guys follow him?
Oh no.
Oh wow, good. Hmm.
Okay, so the rest of the crew is still here. Where do you guys want to go? What do you guys want to do?
Where you go?
Where'd you
Uh,
go?
I don't know if there is anything to do. Is there?
Okay,
Do we have
so
a? Do we have a?
Is
I'm
Igorlik still
asking
with
like
us?
the rest of us, not God.
yeah, Igor Lix is nowhere to be found. I will tell you that the overarching quest is to A, heal the world, whatever that means, and currently, as you guys can see, try to gain or garner any information pertaining to every area that you guys meet, see if there have been any differences that could be coming from whatever blight has befallen Faerun. So you guys are, for lack of a better term, you guys are still on the intelligence gathering portion. Does that help, VC?
Yeah, and I know what I
When?
would want to do then.
Bueno, bueno.
If
Talk
we're at
all
the
we're-
front gate-ish, I'm gonna go set up my tent outside the city
Okay.
walls here and kind of do what I do. Anyone who needs help for cheap or free,
Okay.
can get it from me. That's fine. But anyone who wants to get treatment is also gonna get kind of questioned.
Okay. So you would know just from like general situational awareness
Try
and the
to
fact that you've been here before.
set back up at my old spot.
Yeah, you are set outside of the river gate, which is the closest way to get into the trades ward. It is the second closest to the dock ward. So you're about 2/3 of the way south of Waterdeep, but you are in the more common area. And yeah, several people approach you, asking for fix for sprained ankles, hurt wrists, a few dislocated fingers. Um, one of them, eh, One of them is a troll, and approaches you, and he's got his hand wrapped up, and he goes, "It hurt. Give me a medicine check.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, give him a
Yeah.
medicine check."
Broken bingy.
Okay. Upon initial inspection, you see the bandage wrapped around his hand. There looks like there might be a nail just like clean through one of his knuckles.
Oh, fucking what?
Yeah, like a metal nail, like he was hammering something, and instead of hitting a board or a wagon, he decided to put it clean through his hand.
What a legend.
Okay.
That's impressive.
Yeah, that's what happens
Well,
when you have a dumbus holding the nail for you, and you are also a dumbus.
Mm.
I'm gonna have him try to put his hand partially on like a small table, and I am going to try to extract the nail, pack it with gauze, and wrap it.
Okay. Would you try to like finesse it out? And I'm,
Nah, he's a troll.
metagaming.
I think
You're
he's got it.
so you're
He's
gonna
big
try to
boy.
You're gonna try to strength it out.
If I have to.
Hammer it in reverse.
Well, if you can explain to me how you would get it out without using your strength, I will allow it
Uh,
because this
if
is
he
not
can grip
combative.
anything like with his hand, I would either take if I have like a long tongs and try to like leverage it out instead of
Okay,
just pulling
so
straight up.
okay, so he's pulling and you're kind of like noodling
Not
the
noodling
bit.
it. I don't know how to explain like a lever. I guess you know,
Yeah,
Good noodling.
you're trying to lift it up with the
so I
tongs.
can multiply my strength with simple tools.
Okay, the troll kind of nods, but like behind like misty, teary eyes. I said okay, and goes to give it a pull, and he gets like a good bit out of it. Go ahead and roll me a strength check. If you guys together can beat a 25. Oh yeah. So you boop this thing out, and there is a gaping hole in his hand. The hole is about the size of your fist.
I'm gonna use. Do you want me to use like actual abilities in this or no?
No, for this, for the sake of it, you can make a medicine check, and you can say like, "Hey, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna like this is the appropriate thing to do on a troll hand," and I'll say, "Okay."
Well, I mean, I don't know how
You
much
heard
I know
Chris.
about trolls, but like, I'm just gonna wrap the wound because I figure he'll be okay if I can pack it with gauze that he needs to pull out later. But
Okay.
oh Jesus Christ!
No, I mean, eh, roll at advantage because you just said you would pack it, stabilize it, and sterilize it. That's a smart thing to do to a
Medicine.
hand.
There you go.
What a medic.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna try
You
to bind it in a way where he can't just like keep closing his hand and bending it. So
okay? So you've like essentially splinted the hand from moving.
if he is a dumbus, I know he's gonna fucking move it, and that's the
Yeah.
last thing he needs.
Okay. You see the troll like wipe the tears or the forming tears from his eyes. He goes, "Oh, you nice," and pulls you in for a big ol' hug.
I just let it happen.
All right, roll me a Constitution save.
Oh God! Please don't kill me.
To killing.
Death by hug. Oh,
Okay,
thank goodness.
so I mean, he doesn't just like embrace you; he picks you up off the ground and is rubbing your face into his collarbone. And he's like smushing his cheek up against
No!
yours. Yeah, yeah, exactly. You're basically getting paint shakered around by a hydraulic press.
Oh.
And then he sits you down and pats you on the head and lumbers off. And you can see he's holding up the bandaged hand and like pointing to it. And he was like, "Good, good look, it's great." Like, and all the other trolls, you can hear him like clapping, but the claps sound like bass drums. It's like they're they got a big kick out of it.
Fantastic.
All right. John has set up shop. What is everybody else doing? Hobie, are you stealing people's money with contracts?
No, I think I'm gonna go around to like the local businesses and just kind of like present myself, just like, hi, my name's Hobie Copperkettle. I represent and like give them my full
Full fake business.
like
card.
yeah, like full business direct, and just kind of like ask them about like how their trade routes are going, like what's been happening, what is being disrupted, and what's like running normally.
Okay. That's really good. Jeez, that's really good. So there would be no persuasion. Like this is like a genuine, like you're just asking questions. You're just
Yeah.
trying to be friendly. They would let you know that business is booming. People from everywhere have basically bought them out. Uh, ships are now selling things directly off of the boat with how fast things are going.
Hmm.
Uh, and the number one trade commodity right now is dragon scales.
Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Whoa. Oh, really? What are those? Why are they?
Did
Why
you
are
just
they
say
after
what are
those?
those?
Yeah.
I'm answering. I'm answering that. It was
Yeah.
scales from a dragon.
I think.
The fishermen have been picking them up by the netful.
Oh. Not from slain dragons, from underwater?
Uh, presumably so. Maybe a dragon died like in the reef. But the scales that they're pulling out are anywhere from the size of your head to the size of a giant.
Oh.
Uh, yeah, it's actually been really cool because I don't know if you know this, but you can make anything with dragon scales. You want to make a weapon? Bam, dragon scale. You want to make a shield? Dragon scale. Bam. You want to make a potion? And you want to make it strong as heck? Bam. Mix a little dragon scale into it. These things are insane.
Where's Emerald? Bam! Dragon skin.
Yeah. Emerald La Dragon Scale is his name. Yeah. There you go.
I will. What is this? The person I'm buying from. I'm gonna buy something from them as like a thank you.
Okay. Let's see. Businesses.
I'm gonna spend 50 copper or 50 or 5 silver. Whatever product I can get from them as like a thank you.
Okay. So you are in the trades ward because you walked right in. So you are at this place called Alderblade's Fine Carvings, and he is usually a wood carver, but he hands you a piece of carved dragon scale, and it is in the shape of a tiny dragon.
Oh, I thank you. I'll pay him 5 silver and say thank you very much for the for the carving and thank you for the information. Goodbye. And I'll like
Welcome, Chris.
Take off
turn around
running.
sprinting to the group.
Okay. As sprinting as fast as a dwarf can, you are making it back. Anyone else? Yars. Tanga.
Well, Lodestone got us this far, so I'd probably pop over to him and be like, I didn't expect us to get here that fast. What do we do now? Who are we fighting? I expected more, I don't know, fighting than this.
Time to
I have to mute myself. Sorry.
Actually, I'm a little bit taken aback myself, Tanga. I thought we were heading to the Trollbark Forest, and we've missed that. So I guess we won't be able to investigate the monsters coming out of here. As I flip open the book in my hand, I go back to like the first 2 pages. I go, well, Waterdeep, Sea of Swords. It's heating up. I guess that's what we're on now.
So, we gotta go to the sea then?
Perhaps. I don't know if the Harpers or the Flaming Fist are operating here, but supposedly there's someplace to get information.
So, if John can hear you say that, Harper's do operate out of there. The Flaming Fist does not. They are specifically and pacifically only working in Baldur's Gate.
Well, there's any track record from Baldur's Gate, then I don't know if we're gonna get much help from the Harpers, seeing as the information I got from Baldur's Gate, the Flaming Fist were sort of coordinating this. Suppose we should make our way into the docks and see what we can get from the ship captains and anybody else who's got a boat.
Hmm.
You can do that. That is allowed. And my dog is barking. So you guys are making your way to the docks.
I gotta say,
I'll
for
tag
a
along.
satyr, as a alchemist, I'm shocked to hear that you said you were ready for more fighting.
Well, I thought I'd be stronger as a wizard by the time I got to Waterdeep. I don't really feel like I got much to show for it. I got 3 spells in this book, and I like pick it up and I show it to you. Yeah, there's only 3, and I feel like I need to have more experience under my belt before I can go home bragging. So
Wait, did you show Lodestone your book?
yes.
Lodestone, do you have any sort of arcana whatsoever?
I got 3 in it.
Go ahead and give me an arcana check.
Oh shit.
Okay, so either this is magic that you are unfamiliar with, or it looks like maybe Tanga has just scribbled some stuff in a book.
Can I just assume it's like her own personal arcane formula?
Yeah, you can see that it looks like, I mean, it would make sense in like the arcane, like yeah, that'll do stuff.
Sure.
But it's written in a form and font that is unfamiliar to you.
Well, Tanga, I guess you're gonna have to sell some more of those potions and perhaps buy some scrolls of spells you don't have to copy them into your book. That'd be the way I'd go.
Pardon, copy? I don't be copying nothing. They just kind of show up. This is a certified wizard book. It's doing all the whizzing for me.
That's interesting. I've never heard of a spellbook of such a design. Who gave that to you?
Oh, gave? No, it showed up when I gave in the signed paperwork. When I signed my diploma, I got it came in the mail, and I signed off for it, paid a pretty penny, and yeah, when I want to do a certain type of spell, it just kind of pops up. Pretty useful, but it doesn't
It is
really feel
very
like it was
useful.
worth all the gold that I sent. I thought I'd be getting a bit more, but I guess that's just part of it. I mean, I am a wizard now, so I gotta earn part of it, and I show him my diploma.
Okay, roll me another arcana check. Yeah, it actually looks legit. As a member of court, you know what an official document looks like. And this is a binding resolution saying that she is in fact considered a wizard of a mage guild.
Huh. Tanga, I am very interested in this guild, and I would like to know more, but I don't think we have enough time to investigate them.
Perhaps you can buy me in. If you get 5 friends to do it, it's cheaper for me.
Well,
You get 2 more wizards, then we have a 30.
if you're interested in learning about all this wizard talk, then I can send you the information that I got from Scamora Wizarding School.
How about this? When you see another spell just show up in this book, let me know. I would be most interested.
Sure. Well, it only shows so far. I got Mage Hand, I got Vicious Mockery, and I got Message. And those aren't too bad. I thought that the Vicious Mockery would help me if anybody sassed me about my wares, but I haven't really used it much.
The narrator steps in. Tanga doesn't know that vicious mockery can kill someone.
Neat.
Tanga.
She's not good at being mean.
No, she's not.
But your zippy zap rays were phenomenal in that fight.
Oh, my wizard blast, thanks. The
Yeah.
book shows it as like some weird word before it, but I figured just if it works if I say wizard blast, then why would I call it anything else?
Shannon's
Fair enough.
trash talk is gonna kill a child.
Just like that one guy in what was it, Die Hard? I crit a
No.
kid.
No.
When he crit that child and then couldn't shoot anymore. Anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah. What? So you guys are making your way down to the dock ward, which is right next to the trades ward and southern ward. It would be like an hour walk, if that, for you guys. And Yars, you said you would be tagging alongst. Yes, I see.
Yeah.
I'm tagging along. Okay. You guys get to the dock ward, and boy howdy, is it something. You guys may have seen ports before, but this one is pretty impressive. You can see that ships are literally making port, they're docking, and they are throwing overboard what can only be considered like their entire stock of nets worth of blue scales, and then raising anchor and going right back out to sea. And you see that there is either a harbor master or a ledgerer who is like frantically filling out like 15 pieces of parchment at once. You can see 15 quills going, one of which is in his hand.
At this point, I'll probably like meet up with the guys and just be like, it's dragon scale apparently, something in the water. They've been pulling it up for days now in massive quantities. Whatever this was, it was big.
Oh, well,
Are
does
they
that mean
real?
that dragon's cousin died, or?
Can I take a look at the carved dragon scale I have? Can I
Yeah.
identify what type of dragon it would have been from?
If you can roll me a nature or arcana high enough, sure.
Well, they are my desired enemy.
Good.
Favorite
Are you trying to
enemy.
kill it? Are you trying to kill it?
No, but
Okay,
no.
well then.
Tracking, hunting, and even talking. To a
Okay,
certain
are
type
you
of
trying
enemy.
to track it?
Kinda, yeah. You have advantage on wisdom survival checks to track your favorite enemy, as well as intelligence checks to recall information about them.
Go ahead and throw me an intelligence check, you goddamn dingleberry.
Classic.
That is a 14.
following
and
your
a
rules and everything.
16. So I got
Yeah.
a 16.
Good. You know nothing. No. So you can tell, even though the color is almost translucent, you can almost see clear through it. It does come from a blue chromatic dragon.
I'll pull out like a couple flecks of like the pigment still in there that goes a blue. That's odd to say the least.
Yes. Would you like to? As Hobie sparked a spliff, he remembers that blue chromatic dragons. Not only was the one that Ego was talking about a blue chromatic dragon, you also know that blue chromatic dragons are insanely fucking evil
Mm-hmm.
and are considered some of the worst of the worst, next only to black dragons.
My only concern here is I don't think it's Eaglix's cousin. Eaglix's cousin was at the mouth of the river. We're all the way up in Waterdeep. These guys would have to be sailing for miles to go there.
Well, how many water dragons are we dealing with here?
14, teen.
That's a gift number. That's a special number that only hippos know.
Oh, I don't understand how many that is, but that is much too many.
I need to get a webcam so you guys. I'm crying just listening to you guys talk to one another. Holy shit. Yeah. You can see the harbor master has all but resigned himself because no one is checking in with him because they're not staying for longer than 30 minutes.
I clear my throat. Excuse me, Harbor Master. Do you have a moment?
I have all the time in the world, friend, because these fucking assholes aren't listening to me. How can I help you?
Perfect. Well, we're up from Baldur's Gate, and we had reports that the Sea of Swords was heating up at a rapid rate, causing problems for Waterdeep. What could you tell us about that?
Yeah, I could tell you about a month ago, each one of these ships would pull in possibly their weight in fish. Uh, Shortly after that, there were no fish in the water. The only thing that these guys have been able to pull up for weeks are these scales. And they're super happy about it, but I don't think they realize that we're going to run out of food.
That tracks.
And he's like rubbing like the bridge of his nose with like his thumb and his index finger because now boats are just cutting their nets clean off, letting the nets hit the ground and let scales just fly everywhere. And he's like,
Surely, with this volume of scales coming in, they can't retain that much value.
Mm.
well, exactly. But that's the thing. I don't know where else this is happening, friend. I mean, if we're it, you can take a backpack full of scales to the other side of the coast and retire. So most people, people who are not stupid, would be more concerned about living, tomorrow. But because there's been such an influx, I mean, all of these captains and all of the people who work the dock just think that they're going to be set for life and their kids are going to be set for life and they're all going to live like kings when like they don't have like food or like clean water.
Do you have
Good
any
dream to
indication
have.
how far out they're going to get these scales?
Well, Waterdeep territory stretches out to about 50 miles off port, and they do their best to stay within it for protection reasons, and it's also uh, I guess lawful fishing, legal fishing, whatever they catch there comes back to us and isn't taxed. So it's an easier way for them to turn a profit. So yeah, within 50 miles or so, I'd say, sir.
Has Waterdeep ever had any blue dragon problems in the past?
Yeah, like 2,000 years ago, 1,500 years ago, something like that. That was when all of the dragons were fighting along the Sword Coast. Um, but there was a large blue dragon that made Waterdeep his home. But he was killed
Mm.
pretty objectively by humans and dragons. He like puts his like finger up, like humans actually did a pretty good job. Mostly mages brought him to heal.
Brought him to heal. So what happened to his body?
Well, because as I'm sure you're aware, young lady, Waterdeep is built on a large ancient elven ruin. We assume that parts of his body were desiccated and brought back for further study by the elves and humans.
Hmm. Oh yes, naturally. What does desiccated mean?
That means cut up, cut into pieces, miss.
Uh, so we don't think that that body is where all these scales are coming from?
Oof. I mean, if they were, and like if I was a gambling man, if they were, he would have, someone would have had to dig that body up, or there's been a breach in the tunnels underneath the city, in which case we have bigger things to worry about because that means we're going to start taking on ocean water soon.
What would be the first sign of that?
Probably ocean water everywhere, sir.
So you're
Sounds
saying that
pretty
one's
good.
unlikely.
It's plausible, not really possible. Not from what I've seen.
Hmm.
People still go dungeon diving underneath Waterdeep. It's where, and he puts his hands up and like kind of shakes them to the sides, like mockingly. He's like, that's where adventurers go to get their start. Because there are some monsters and some creatures down there that are averse to light. So some of the up and comers will go down there, they'll get their asses handed to them, and then they can immediately go to a temple or to an inn and lick their wounds, and then you kind of rinse and repeat. I mean, plenty of them don't make it, but that's the price
Oh,
of being
I
stupid.
immediately excitedly tap Lodestone's shoulder and say, "That could be us. We could do that."
Yes,
Yep.
you could die in the caves. Or which
Classic
part? The
move.
adventuring? Oh, you guys are like,
I
you
meant
guys are
more
new to
the
this.
adventuring, but if there's a chance we can find out about all these scales, right? Something, big dragon problem, suddenly scale influx. Seems like it's not a coincidence.
Oh yeah,
It just doesn't add up. The influx of scales at this degree
Yeah.
off of one dragon randomly, that doesn't math. It doesn't make sense. There's got to be something else.
he kind of like nods and like points like an upturned hand to you, and he goes, "That's what I was thinking. Like, this would either be a dragon the size of our ocean, or there's just lots of them that have decided to bite it."
Can I roll an insight to see if he's withholding any information, possibly?
Sure.
Could I also roll insight, but less like on a single person and more like the whole situation? Is this really just human greed, or is there something like
There's got to
gripping
be
them?
something more. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, go ahead. Okay. So for Yars, he is telling you what he is dealing with at face value. He, from what you can glean, he doesn't get anything from lying to you, and you guys approached him with a more logistical and kind of like way of the town question,
Mhm.
which he's happy to accommodate, and that's all he knows. Hobie, if you're looking for like, is this like a deeper, darker meaning? Is this actually human greed? It is. Like you guys saw when you first entered, there are also like people who wouldn't usually be welcome here inside the gates, and they've also, most of them have made camp outside of the gates just for more so for their safety. But what you're essentially watching the first 24-hour Walmart open up uh, on Black Friday, like circa 1995.
You
Like
just
everyone here, huh?
is the story about capitalism working?
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, you're seeing these people, like, for those in the know, they have a general idea of what's going on to the south. The people who work the ships understand what's going on with the seas, but the people who live in the city, the common people, really don't give a shit. And among conference, Smoke would realize that is why everything is at such an insanely high markup, because people have also been buying damn near everything and anything they can. Yep. Does that make you feel better, Hobie?
No.
Does it make you feel worse?
It does, yeah. Like, oh, the
Good.
evil was in us the whole time.
Yeah.
Yay.
The evil was just us.
Classic.
Yeah. Hobie, roll me a d20. Roll me a d20. Oh
Nat
boy,
20.
that's wonderful.
Is that good?
Yeah. You
Gotta break it.
you check on your little buddy,
Mm-hmm.
and he is like 5/6 of the way through of just inhaling that dragon scale sculpture that was given to you.
Oh, I'll grab it from him and just be like, what? Like, what are you doing?
Okay. So your dragon sculpture now kind of looks like a lizard because it's missing wings. And he's just like, nom, 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 nom. He's just like munching on it. He's chittering very happily.
Okay, does it seem to be hurting him in any way?
No, he seems to really be enjoying himself. He's like trilling.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, happy little boy.
I'll throw him the rest of it then, and just be like, oh, all right.
Once he realizes that you have given him agency, he takes it down in like 2 or 3 bites, like like when a dog eats like a chicken bone, just like that. Like he
Yeah.
he does a couple of those, but manages to get it down, and you see him turn a very soft pearlescent blue.
Huh. You're full of surprises. All right. Maybe I should stop giving you just coffee.
Your character, your
Wow.
dragon's so dehydrated. He's on
Has he just been shitting in your bag the
Yeah,
whole
just-
time?
just a steady coffee and bread diet.
What's he gonna shit? He's not being fed.
Yeah.
It's
It's
literally
just
coffee,
coffee.
and
It's
coffee
just
beans.
coffee diarrhea.
The food, the coffee beans provide enough sustenance for one creature for one day. All right.
All right.
It's like
whoever
a
is
poopy Goodberry.
I don't love that. Yeah, that's how you make the fancy poop coffee with dragon poop.
Aw.
Whoever is not talking to the harbor master, roll me a perception check.
You mean like literally everyone else in the party?
Just
like
Smoke
Yeah,
and
is it-
John.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Oh,
yeah,
I
Just-
assumed if we were in that vignette, then we were talking to the harbor master.
yeah,
I'm also,
yeah.
Have I returned to the party yet, or am I
no,
still?
get fucked. Dude.
Yes,
Oh, yeah,
yes.
I'm fucking
Yeah,
choking
yeah,
around
no,
now.
yeah.
You're
well,
still
right.
waddling over.
You
Okay.
sprained your ankle, bitch.
What the
Oh God, who's
All right.
carrying me?
All right. No
Ah!
one. It's like when a horse breaks his
Rolling.
ankle. They have to just
You
you have
put it
to
down.
lay there, and I have to roll a d4 repetitively until you
No.
die.
I'm the only one not at the docks,
Okay.
I guess.
Oh, so
Why
you're
not?
not at the docks?
No, I set up my
Yeah,
shit.
you're-
I'm
yeah,
doing
He's
stuff.
Okay.
healing.
I'm trying to
you-
gather intel the way I know how.
Yeah,
Like getting
you
smushed to death.
Yeah, with love. You hear the loudest explosion you have ever heard in your life.
God,
You can feel the
Iraq.
concussion. Yeah, but yep, Iraq. That's where John's from. It's in northern Faerun, right next to Iran.
IRAQ.
Yeah. Oh God. Smoke. You hear a cannon fire. It sounds like maybe someone is either making port and maybe overpacked the cannon by like triple
Got him.
or quintuple, and you're just like, oh, it's big boom. What's everyone's passive perception on the dock?
12.
High.
12,
14.
14.
14,
14.
14. All right, so anyone who has a 14 mid conversation. So let me cover the ones here, the 12. The ones who have the 12, you hear a blast so loud your eyes go white for a second. You lose vision for just a split second.
I love
For
that
those of
noise.
you with a 14, while you were talking to the harbor master, you see one of the more farther out ships just explode into pieces.
Oh, I think.
That's bad. Okay.
That's really scaled up.
Yeah, I'll
Eh.
try and duck before the shockwave comes. But like, can I get a sight of like something before that, or did that just grab my attention?
That grabbed your attention.
Okay. Okay.
You saw the blast and you heard the blast, so now you know where the blast done came from. Lodestone, you just heard one of the loudest cannons ever going off right next to you.
Immediately call the shield in my hand and like step in front of Tatanga and just kind of like look to find the origin.
I am calling you Tatanga from now on, and there's nothing you
No!
can do
Oh,
to
God,
change it.
Topanga.
The harbor master, because Hobie was the one who, or Tango was the one who instigated the conversation.
Did I?
Or was it? No, it was Lodestone. Yeah, you're the
It's
closest.
Lodestone.
So as soon as you bring your shield up, you feel like a pair of hands just like shove you out of the way, and the harbor master runs over to several flares and fires them off one after another and starts ringing a large copper bell.
I yell to him, "What is going on?"
There's a destroyed ship in our port. We're going to send help. That's what this is.
Bing bong, bing bong, bing bong.
And you can see some of the ships that were like almost about to make port have dropped sails and have made their way slowly to get out there, and some of them are just like completely ignoring the warning. They're more busy like unloading their goods.
Okay, so it's not like this doesn't seem out of the ordinary based on what's happening with some of these people.
Yeah, maybe, sure. Or maybe the greed has
How are the
overtaken them.
people on the dock acting?
They have run. They are scrambling.
They're acting to Mickey.
Yeah, they're acting. Yeah. So,
Christian Stewart.
Stewart.
yeah, the ships is kind of almost like a 75-25% split. 75% they don't give a shit about that boat. The 25% they're going out to see if they can get any survivors. But the townsfolk are mortified and are hauling ass
Hey, I'm
Hauling
gonna
ass away from the
scoot.
docks or towards the docks?
away from the docks.
I'm gonna scoot behind Lodestone Shield. Should we get off the dock?
We should perhaps get out of the way, yes.
Yeah.
All right. As you guys are leaving the docks, roll me one more perception check.
I was gonna ask, are there any other
Huh?
people looking around, acknowledging this, kind of watching this like we were,
Yeah,
as if
there
they
were.
were hoping this would have happened?
No, I would
Oh.
say they're more so observing it as foreigners,
Okay.
like you guys are. They're like, oh, what the hell? All right,
Holy
Yep.
fuck, my rolls today.
Said roll your
Dude.
Well,
perception.
good thing we haven't fought
Yeah.
anything yet.
dude, your ranger sucks. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, okay. So number to beat's a 15. Oh, yep, there we go. All right, so as you guys are not running, but you're making your way away from what could be danger because you guys are smart and have agency. Uh, you see one of the ships just get batted into the water by a large hand claw thing.
Does the
And now
dragon want
can
its scales back, or could we see what color that claw hand thing was?
Oh my no.
Uh
It was too far out.
He yelled at the harbor master, "Good God, man, start ringing the bell for the guards!"
Yep. He just looks at you and he's like, that's actually a good idea. And he switches over to his more larger, slightly more copper bell, starts giving it the beans.
The bean.
And then you see a large patrol of the city watch start basically running over the civilians with just heaps of scales, maybe smaller scales, or shavings of scales in their hands, and they're walking over them or through them. They're not like trying to peacefully get back. And you see about a platoon-sized element. For those of you not in the know, that's 30 to 40. Show up and they go, "What the hell's going on?" And the harbor master goes, "Dragon! There's a dragon!" When he says that, some of the civilians cheer.
Is it a happy cheer?
Yeah, it's like, yeah, dragons. That's what I got more dragon scales. Oh, if there's a dragon here, we're gonna get so many more dragon things. Maybe a claw, maybe a tooth.
Oh, they're not.
Was the
very
claw that
smart.
pulled the ship under like the size of the ship?
It was larger than the ship.
I'm going to say, no, I think you have it wrong. I think you're about to lose your only livelihood in this port.
Are we just gonna leave these
Intimidation,
people?
persuasion, lodestone, or intimidation. What would you?
Persuasion. My voice might be a little raised for being like frantic or stressed, but I'm not trying to be mean.
Okay, you say that, and like, there's like a pair. There's like a mother and her child like holding handfuls, and the mother like kind of like snaps to, just like bats the dragon scales out of her kid's hand, picks the kid up, and starts running away. And a handful of people also, like some of them, just like put as much as they can in their pockets and start to, in a very brisk double time, get the hell out of Dodge. But some of them are just like, "You're dumb. You're dumb. You're blue like the blue dragon. You're dumb. You're dumb like him. You dumb dragon bitch. Like they don't give a shit.
Rude.
Yeah. All right.
Maybe we will crit a kid.
Are we not going to investigate and help these people in their home?
I'm gonna pulse my primeval awareness, just to see if it really is a dragon.
Okay. Oh yeah. So you're looking into the ocean.
Yeah.
Yeah. For 1 minute for low. So he says. What's your favorite terrain?
Mountains.
Okay. So you would get. There is a dragon, but it is not within a mile of you. It's not even within 6 miles of you.
Oh.
Yeah, it's out there,
Oh.
which would
Nice.
also make you feel more uncomfortable because you could see its hand like it was pretty well shaped.
I'll relay this. I'll go. That wasn't a dragon. That I know when dragons are around. That wasn't a dragon. That was something else.
No, it was a
Ooh,
dragon.
what
It's
was
just
it?
outside. It's outside of your vision. It's not within a mile of you.
Wait, a hand reached more than a mile.
Yep.
Oh. Oh.
It wasn't his hand, Steve. Yeah,
Oh.
boy.
Yep.
Oh. Yeah. I shit him. I shit myself. I shit my pants. Real Steve has thalassophobia and hates that.
Oh yeah. No, it is deep.
That's
I
a
go, we need to get inland far.
What is it, Hooby?
So we're just going to
It's-
abandon these people?
Yes. That thing's the size of a city.
That is why I asked for them to call the guards now. What is it?
Dragons are your favorite enemy, correct? Right? Yes.
Yeah. I mean,
So you would know a dragon of this size would either be an elder or an ancient dragon.
this thing's massive. This thing's huge. Oh, listen. I wouldn't want to piss it off, so I don't know why they're taking its scales, and it seems like the scales are really negatively impacting the economy as is, which is, I'll throw a little bit like a chip of dragon scale to Smidge and go, look, they're consumable. He eats them. They will decompose. This is not a good economy. We should look into this.
As in, we
Great.
should go kill whatever is shedding its scales and mad that it's being harvested?
I mean, scales aren't really good for this situation. It seems. I mean, they're a good resource, but making money off them, it doesn't seem like it's helping in the short run. Well,
Wow.
I think people think it's helping in the short run, but it really isn't.
While our heroes
You,
possibly turned cowards are bickering.
you still haven't exactly said what it is. Your words itself.
I think we should go figure out what this is and put a stop to it.
Wait,
during-
if this
during-
is it shedding?
During this kerfuffle, a woman comes out. You guys see that? I clicked show to
You
players.
show.
Yeah.
Sweet.
That's a man.
Yeah. Well, it looks like a woman.
No, it looks like a man.
Yeah. Well, it is actually a woman.
Yeah.
Walks out, and you hear possibly only Tenga, unless some of you guys know any sort of spells. She casts Thunderclap into the ocean, and usually, for those of you who have seen Thunderclap, it usually only affects a 15-foot radius.
I'm going to murmur out of the side of my mouth to everybody around me, go, I bet it's another dragon.
Yeah, her Thunderclap reaches the entire extent of what you can see. So the whole ocean turns a bright blue for about 2 seconds and then fades out. And then she kind of dusts herself off and walks over to the harbor master and she says, make sure the sailors who didn't make it because of that get compensated. And then starts to very gracefully and calmly walk back into the city.
The fuck?
Are people flooding out of the gate I'm at, or are they like fine?
No, they're fine.
Okay.
bells have stopped ringing. The ships that were going to help have turned back around and are going back to drop off whatever scales or wares they had left.
If no one's around immediately, I'm gonna pack up my stuff and like
Yeah.
ride into town.
All right.
See what is going on?
I don't know if your backpack can hold this, but you have one entire haunch of a roasted horse.
Why would I have that?
The trolls have given it to you as a gift for healing their friend. They were cooking horses.
Oh, well, that's nice of them to think of me.
Yep, it's only 3/4 your height and width.
I will take some of it and pack it up. If I can, like, put it over my shoulder
Yeah,
and like
for
walk the horse into town and like drop it off with just people.
yeah, you can do that.
All right.
It'll give you about. I mean, if you wanted to do like the metagaming, it's about 12 days worth of rations that you can pass out to nice people.
What about for me?
You can disperse it however you want. So it's either 12 days of food for you, or 8 and 3, 6 and 6, 11 and 1. But yeah, you I mean, it's well cooked.
I'm gonna
It
give
doesn't
myself
taste great.
6. Yeah,
Okay,
that's fine.
so 6 and 6. So you took like a couple strips of like the top nice like cooked bits, less of the rare meats.
The dark meats.
Yep, that's the one.
The fatty bits that actually will taste good.
Uh,
And then I'm gonna
at,
go wander into town and see what the fuck's going on. What are all these
yeah,
bells? This didn't
uh,
happen last time I was here.
yeah. If you had followed the sounds of the bells, you would have heard a large kerfuffle, a bunch of civilians running past you, a woman with long silver hair, almost down to her feet, tied in braids, would have walked past you quickly, but with a sense of elegance and grace. You saw her do something to the water and then walk away and walk right past your friends.
Can I ask the dockmaster who that was?
He goes, "That's the leader of Waterdeep. That's Laurel Silverhand. She's arguably the most powerful wizard in all of Faerun. She was married to the original Darkstaff before he passed away, Lord Silverhand. And before his passing, he bequeathed the title of Lord of Waterdeep to her."
Has
Does
this
that answer
kind of
your
thing?
question?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
Has this kind of incident occurred a lot lately?
This is the third time it's happened. There's some Leviathan out there that's taking pot shots at these ships, possibly to hoard the scales, or to eat. I don't know. Um, but the only person who's been able to really subdue it are the strongest wizards um, in Waterdeep, of which is a blessing because there are many.
Well, don't know why we're here.
I don't know either. I don't know you. You came up asking me questions, and you are still doing so. So
Our work here is done.
just
Thank you, Harbor Master.
anytime you and he goes back to. I mean, he kind of defeatedly sits back in a wooden chair, almost like a lifeguard's chair. It's just a little bit shorter, and he's just shaking his head as the ships keep going in and out.
Turn to look at everybody and go, is it going to be worth it to possibly attempt to get an audience with Miss Silverhand and see if there's anything we can do about this Leviathan, or do you think we're out of our league?
Hobie
Worst I
dear,
can say is
how
no.
big did you say this thing is?
Gargantuan. It's would be ancient in size. Probably one of the oldest dragons. I mean, I think I said this 8 times this week. Oh, that's probably the oldest dragon I've ever seen. Oh, look, that's probably the oldest dragon I've ever seen.
And I'm assuming this one ain't bald despite all the scales, so it's either
mean,
a big bald dragon or we're dealing with smoke. How many did you say? 14, 14, 14? I don't know gift numbers, but that sounds pretty big amount. I don't. I got
think
3 spells in this
I think
book.
it's just the one we're dealing with, and I don't even know if we're dealing with it. I'm guessing
No.
Silverhand here has it well in hand.
I don't think we should deal with it.
When the arena guy said blight, I was picturing something pretty different than big old sea dragons.
Don't worry, the DM did not take offense to that.
Perhaps we can get lucky. Maybe the warm waters perhaps have weakened the Leviathan. Maybe it's outraged. Maybe it's going through some sort of metamorphosis. Perhaps its biology is all in. He kind of like opens his hands and splays his fingers and kind of like waves them back and forth like they're not matching up.
So it's sour and it slapped a couple ships, and we're supposed to make it feel better? Is that our job? I'm happy to try. I just don't know how you want to go about it.
We're gonna need help if that's the course.
We're gonna need a bigger boat.
Oh my god, you did not just say we're gonna need a bigger boat.
Well, Tanga, we have no
Like, we're
boat,
gonna need
so any boat that we need to be bigger than 0 boats is still 0 boats.
Well, then it needs to be bigger, doesn't it?
Well,
No,
the thing
you're
lives
missing the point.
underwater. Yeah.
Well, we're not gonna do any good really standing around here. So
Yeah.
if we can meet with whoever the fuck that was, that'd be great. But I doubt it. So maybe someone who works for her.
I hold up a finger. Let me try.
Try what?
DM, I would like to use my
Oh, Jesus.
background feature to
What?
figure out how to get into contact with Miss
Yeah.
Silverhand, the Lord of.
Yeah. Okay. So you understand that while she is the head, like the mouthpiece of Waterdeep, there are actually 26 random people who are actually in charge. No one knows their identities. No one knows what positions they hold in Waterdeep. But the council is a voting group of 27 in total. But the City Watch, which is the police and the judiciary system in this city, their lines of communication go all the way to the top.
All right, to the City Watch.
Okay. So you see, you walked past a platoon element of City Watch guards, and they are out and about everywhere. So you can go to an outpost. You can talk to one at random. Up to you. Up to you.
Outpost.
Okay. So while cresting the dock ward and the trades ward, so you've made your way down the main street, also known as Snail Street. You find an outpost right next to a large place called the Honorable Knight. Um, and it's not so much as an outpost as much as it is 2 pretty large towers, with a group of guys sitting underneath both of them, in their shade. They also have tables that kind of look like they are also recruiting Waterhavians. And he goes, "Yes, good morning, sir. How can I be of assistance?"
Good morning, gentlemen. Lodestone at your service. I'm followed by my friends here. We've got John, we've got Tanga, we've got Yars, we've got Smoke, and we've got Hooby. Anyhow, we have arrived here in Waterdeep, hearing the news in Baldur's Gate that you guys are plagued by warm waters, and we got interested in your scales and saw a giant claw just suddenly take one of your ships out of the harbor and saw Miss Silverhand come out and dispatch of it. I was wondering if we could perhaps gain an audience with either her or any one of the other rulers that she may have appointed to being perhaps dealing with this crisis, and see if we could offer our help in way of trying to alleviate said problem in your city.
Uh, yeah, he looks at you kind of befuddled. he's like, "Wait, when did you get here from Baldur's Gate?"
I go to count on my hands. 1, 2, 3. I think about it for a second. 3 days.
Yeah,
I
like
kind of
he's
nudged that Lodestone on the back, like
you
normal.
can see that it went from like before it was like, oh, this is a professional, we are talking, and he now looks at you all kind of awestruck. He was like, you managed to make it all the way up the Sword Coast in 3 days?
No, we've
We
been
had
here
help.
for 3 days.
I'm sorry, what? You've been what for 3 days?
We've been here for 3 days.
Oh, you've
It's been a
been
long
in
journey. He doesn't really, too many hits to the head,
one too many hits of the snake. Okay, that you're lying, right? Like you've
Me? Oh yeah.
yeah. Okay, roll me a deception.
John lies.
John the lying man.
Not
John is
well
a
though.
terrible liar. Oh, okay. The guard kind of looks at you and he goes, "Is that the story you want to stick to, or?"
Is it Lodestone?
He's
Is it
he's he's
Lodestone?
so before he was sitting down talking to you guys, he is now
Oh yeah, I'm fully
stood
aware
up
of this.
and he is slowly gotten closer to you guys. He is past the table. He is now maybe 2 feet from Lodestone. Still, he's talking to John, but he's making direct eye contact with Lodestone.
I think what John is trying to say is we had help and skipped a large portion of the Sword Coast.
Yep. How? That's the question I'm asking, sir. How did you get here?
I couldn't even explain it if I tried.
Do your best.
I was at the troll claws, and in a blink of an instant, we were at the front gate.
So you have no idea how you got here.
All technicalities? Correct.
Nope, we don't.
I don't know the magic, therefore it's not a deception. Okay.
He's right, you know.
Yeah, and I hate that. He goes, "Okay. Well, what? Who did you want to speak to?"
Either Miss Silverhand herself, the Duchess, or any one of her functionaries that may be dealing with said Leviathan out in your waters.
Oh, okay. So you're one of like the conscripts from Baldur's Gate.
We are indeed, yes.
You are actually the second group that has made it this far this quickly. Um,
I'm just imagining there's like a Gary was here somewhere.
yeah. Wagner loves something is everywhere.
I haven't put it on this one yet. You'd be proud.
Yeah, thank you for not doing that. Thank you so much. He goes, yeah, absolutely. Lady Silverhand has spoken to the Duke Ravengard. Waterdeep is completely in support of this mission. She can grant you a short audience. Do you know how to get to the council chambers?
No, sir. This is my first time in Waterdeep. Unless John, I point to John. Do you know?
No.
Ah,
Okay, he lets you know that you guys are in the trade ward. You guys are on Snail Road, which actually basically cuts Waterdeep north south clean in half. He tells you to just keep walking north till you get to the castle ward, and you will see a large castle and a large iron woman clad in armor standing outside. That's how you know you've gotten to the Waterdeep chambers.
thank you kindly, sir. What was your name?
My name?
Precisely.
My name is Chief Bertram Woodfin.
Huh. Neat.
All coming together.
Yes, just so you know, this is a prequel to all the Orlane stuff. So I've added stuff from Rob's thing. I'm sorry, Rob.
And I'm actually very honored and flattered.
Dude, wait till you meet the Gelfane family. Ooh, baby.
Ooh, baby.
Don't fuck with me like this.
Mom and Dad are both alive.
Oh my god!
For now.
Yeah. Till you guys kill them.
Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly.
Or this 12-mile long dragon will just fuck him up.
Tanga's the reason that Prim's an orphan.
No.
No, I'm not going to do that to you. But I
heard
will
your
be using.
parents got wizard blast.
Yeah. So for the people in the Olane that came from Faerun, I have interspersed, like very small non sequitur NPCs with information or names.
Is that what the mainland is? It's Faerun?
Not in my world.
Yeah,
I was
but in
like,
my
huh?
world it is.
Oh. It's an alternate timeline.
Yeah, we're marveling this shit.
Oh god.
All right.
Okay, thank you, Chief Bergstrom.
Yeah. And just so you know, he is a rather old human-looking fellow. And now you know what side of the family he's from. Anyway, you guys march your way north.
Means one of those generations fucks an elf. Or a fish. I don't know how it works.
You guys, God damn it, BG. You guys make your way north, and you see a large, almost like a closed amphitheater, made out of marble and silver. And you guys see a very large, incredibly ornate statue of a silver woman, who is carrying a two-handed greatsword and has almost a Spartan-looking helmet. And based on Officer Woodfin's description, this would be the council chambers to talk to the Lady Hand.
Does it look like we can just walk in?
Yeah, looks that way. I mean, you can see Lodestone. You can tell that there's like very obvious politicians walking in and out. John, you can see temple healers, so people from Tier, Saloon, are like, they're bickering, but they're not entering or exiting with like any fear of reciprocity. And then you see like, you know, like I almost said clerics, but like clerks carrying like parchment that has been sealed and notarized, like completing any sort of trade agreement or mercantile agreement. It's essentially, in your eyes, it would be like a city hall, just more grandiose.
Yeah. I see no reason to stop them. Just walk in.
Let's
Okay.
go find help.
Yeah. You guys walk in, and boop, you guys see three tables around the closed off amphitheater. Behind it, this is actually from the 5e. This is what the inside of the chambers looks like.
Whoa.
There is a chair on the far side, where you would assume Lady Silverhand would be, but you can see her bouncing between the two clerical desks and just like providing aid, not just to the people who like work there, but the people who are like looking for decrees, looking for letters of marque for their ships, looking for trade deals and agreements. And she's like, well, the wording here is like a little off. Maybe if you said like ascertain rather than steal, we would be more willing to sign off on this. But currently, I'm so sorry, but you are going to have to reword this agreement. Or she's like, oh, this looks wonderful. I'd be happy to immediately bless off on this. And the clerks behind the tables are like relieved. It looks like she's doing a lot of the legwork, bouncing back and forth. So they're more so just kind of standing there and like nodding and smiling. You know, when your boss steps in to do your job, because that was like the job they had when they were like 16 and now they own the joint. That's the vibes you're getting from the workers.
Legendary.
Yeah. All right, floor's
Look
yours.
over at Hubie real quick. We need a name for ourselves.
What do you mean when you say name? Like a legal entity? Are we being obfuscating, or is this just something for you to yell when you jump into some trouble?
All of the above.
Oh, do
Sounds
we get a
great.
name to jump into trouble?
You signed the
Is-
contract as
Is
our leader.
Lodestone blue?
Yeah, Lodestone is blue.
Blue Man's group.
Oh my god.
Immediately opposed.
Yikes.
Well, that would identify us pretty well.
I mean,
Hoobie
if
Kind
there's
and
of
nothing.
Blowfish.
misleading. It's kind of misleading. Chuby did sign us up as the de facto leader of us.
He has a dragon and a ball. We could call ourselves Dragon Ball.
Hoobie's stank.
God.
Hoobie and the Blowfish.
I think the name I gave us when we signed up was like group number 4 LLC.
Great. Non sequitur.
We're an LLC.
Okay.
Yeah, we are now.
We'll grab one of
Now.
the clerks at the back of this group and be like, "Is anybody allowed to approach Miss Silverhand?"
Yeah, absolutely. She's relatively easygoing.
Cool. Then I'm going to kind of slide into the group to be like the third person that either gets close as like they like deal with it, whatever paperwork, and they turn around and f off, or like who I can see who's like trying to get to help from her and try to be like the next person or third. So it doesn't look like I'm pushing.
Okay. Okay. You make your way up amicably, if not a little faster than most people.
Morning, Miss Silverhand. The name is Lodestone. I'm part of group number 4 over there, as I motion to the rest of the people standing in this hall.
I give her a wave.
Quick curtsy.
She like very like calmly bows to you. Hello. How may I be of assistance, gentleman and lady?
We're by way of Baldur's Gate after receiving a proclamation and edification, whatever you would call it, by the Grand Duke down there, and we're conscripted into trying to find a means to an end to solve the suffering of this world that is the current blight of the problem. We just happened to be down in the dock districts when you stepped out to bat the Leviathan at bay, I think is what the harbor master kind of plainly put it as. We were curious, could you use our assistance in the matter?
She nods very dutifully. Absolutely. Obviously, all of the Sword Coast has conspired, for lack of a better term, with Duke Ravengard, and my city is open to you, and we're happy to help in any way that we can. And as she does this, she kind of like reaches out and like smushes like your cheeks together with like her thumb and like fingers, Lodestone, and she says, "You're not from Baldur's Gate, are you?"
No, ma'am. I'm from Silver Moon.
That was really good.
You see her eyes just kind of like open a little bit wider. She goes, "Are you Mordecai's child?"
Yeah, he's my father.
Oh my God! And how is Mr. Blaylock doing these years?
Uh, he's doing excellent, last I heard. He's back to traveling with the Red Fellowship, ma'am.
Oh, that sounds a lot like him. And you just came out here to help?
Yes, I've been making that my kind of a thing in life. I've stuck to Silvery Moon and did all the random odd jobs that I could, helping people around there. And I was ordered to Baldur's Gate, met up with this group number 4, as I told you, and here we are to help.
So you're still a Knight of Silver?
I am not, ma'am. I decided not to keep decided not to keep on that track. I was a squire for some time, but my knight fell, and events happened that took me away from the Knights of Silver.
She said, "That is such a shame." She said your father would not stop boasting about your tenure with the Knights of Silver, but I'm sure you had your reasons for leaving, and I'm not one to judge. I am happy that you are here, and if I can help you in any way, shape, or form, please allow me to. Think of me as a distant aunt.
Okay, thank you, Duchess Silverhand. I will try my best to keep that in mind. Well, and that's the case. I don't believe any one of us are sailors, and we definitely didn't come here with a ship. So, not entirely sure how we would be able to get out and track Leviathan to hope to either dispatch of it or resolve this matter in any other alternate means necessary.
Please, all of you, follow me to my chamber. And you can see she walks up to where the two swords and the shield convene, and she opens a small door behind the council chair and motions for you guys inside.
Yeah, all right.
Okay.
Inside is mostly light velveteen blue satin chairs, blue tapestries with the Waterdeep insignia, which is a half moon facing up, and an opposite of that, a crumbling half moon, which is the official sigil of Waterdeep. And she sits down in one of the chairs and says, "Please make yourselves comfortable. I think we have much to discuss."
I sit.
Okay.
Yeah, we were told to sit, so sit. We do, I guess. I do.
If there's not enough chairs, I'm just gonna lean on my shield.
There are enough upholstered chairs for everyone to sit down
How about
and
for smoke?
smoke. If you are not comfortable sitting on one of those, you can sit on the stairs, like leading into the room.
Do it.
Or,
Break a
or you
chair.
or you
Two
or you can
friends.
sit on a chair.
Break a chair. Go ahead. Hell
There
yeah.
is a love seat that is wide enough for your rumpus.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Oh,
my
bye, yeah.
size.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, finally something comfy my size.
Are they all
Yeah.
magically reinforced or something?
Yeah, it's built for two people, so it would fit you. Okay. So much to the team's dismay, you see your large gift friend kind of shuffle up to the love seat and plant his posterior in it. And it does not budge.
Dismay.
There's powerful magic afoot. Yeah, Lodestone, you or Smoke, you are sitting comfortably and
Bang, bang,
enjoying a
bang, bang,
chat
bang, bang.
with Lady Silverhand. She opens the conversation with, "So, am I to assume that you want a boat to go out and reconnoiter what's been going on in our seas?"
Well, what? It's either
I look
that or
ar-
get on a ship.
Yep.
Okay, you wish. So at the end of the day, you just want to get out there to see what's going on. What what do you plan to do if you do realize what's going on?
You have no fucking idea.
Problem solving and attempt to apply the problem solving.
Okay. And I appreciate that, and I enjoy uh you know a very direct and binary problem solving method. As you are probably aware from this morning, there is a dragon somewhere in the oceans along the port of Waterdeep. I can keep it down. It has not surfaced yet, but I am afraid that soon it will. Are
Well,
any of you that capable of a warrior, or are you just planning to go out there to try to figure out why he hasn't moved or why he's only attacking ships? I still haven't fully gleaned. The last group that came from Water or from Baldur's Gate, they got here very quickly. They were hell's bent on eradicating the dragon. So I'd just like to know where your guys' mindset is.
I'm sure we'd like to eradicate the dragon. I just don't think we're strong enough yet.
Okay,
Yeah, we're kind of lost on purpose here.
I understand. Well, maybe you could assist me. And she kind of gently, very gently, like pats her knee and stands up and pulls out a map of Waterdeep. She says, "So we have a general idea of where in the ocean this dragon is. We also know that based on the attacks, it really hasn't moved in the past several weeks. So it may be pinned or trapped by something. Now, I haven't been able to get anyone willing to go out to at least survey the area. Do you think you would be willing to do that?"
I take a
Yeah,
gander at the rest of the group to kind of gauge interest.
I give Listen a thumbs up.
Well, if the
Can
poor
survey.
thing's stuck, shouldn't we?
No, no, Tank. That's not the right attitude.
But maybe that's why all the fish are gone, because it's eating it, because it doesn't really got a choice, can't move around. That's not right.
I'm all for assisting this town, but how are we going to survey underwater when none of us can breathe there?
What an astute observation from the astral elf. I swear to everything I hold dear, young man, if there were more of you along this coast, things would be much, much simpler. As I
Ships do
understand,
stop here,
that's yes, but
so
we
you'll
don't get
surprise.
many of you. They
Fair
usually
enough.
leave post haste.
Hmm.
Here's what I can do to assist you. I can give you a potion of water breathing apiece. Now, this is something of my own creation. It has taken years of my life to perfect. It will allow you to breathe water as easily as you can breathe air for 7 days.
Oh shit.
It will also stop you from depressurizing or being crushed by the ocean. But on the 7th day, if you are too deep or too far out, you will drown.
I like real water.
Yes, like real water.
All right. And where was the location that she showed us? Was this out to sea?
It was. It was
Okay.
a ballpark estimation of where the attacks have come from. It kind of looks like a battleship, like you see like 3 or 4 dots just outside, about 30 miles out.
All right. Well, now we just need a capable ship captain and a ship to get us out there.
Can I have a copy of that map or
Um,
make one of my own with my cartographers?
yeah, I wouldn't have an issue with that, sir. Please, by all means.
Thank you.
You're most welcome. You are all such wonderfully mannered people, I swear. I wish there was more of that in this city. So she rustles behind her desk and pulls out 6 of the dinkiest vials you guys have ever seen. They're smaller than your pinky finger. Each one of them's corked, and she goes, "Here you are. This is a potion of water breathing, made specifically by me. Please, help yourself."
I'll grab one.
Oh yeah,
Grabbing one.
they're
Yep,
like my
one.
Surette size, huh?
Yeah, they're almost smaller, but on par. There's enough liquid in that. It's probably like 3 or 4 drops of liquid, if that.
Just gonna have to snort this.
You're just gonna boof it.
Ah,
Now
This
my
burn
works
my
for a
eyes.
whole week?
Oh yes, miss. It is so wildly concentrated that really you don't even have to take the whole thing. You have to just drink the majority of it. and you'll be safe for a whole week. Yeah, I mean, it's taken me thousands of years to perfect this craft, so
Thousands? Well, you thank you. Goodness.
you are incredibly welcome. And she like holds your hands together while holding the bottle, and her hands feel softer than any down or silk you have ever felt.
I am so wildly curious and terrified of this woman. Like she is.
Aroused is the word.
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, Tanga,
Okay.
for what you know,
Underwater.
she is human. She is 100% human.
Uh, not to be one to pry. I was under the impression that humans did not live thousands of years.
She kind of just starts to blush, you bringing up her age.
I'm so sorry. It's none of my business, really. Never mind.
No, 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 no.
You look fantastic. I promise.
Oh, thank you. Oh, you are so sweet. Well, for certain wizards, who have sort of a deeper touch with the weave, and have a deep connection to Mistra, we can actually trade some of our inherent magical abilities for slightly longer life force. I actually, funny enough, I used to be a much more powerful mage or wizard than I am now. Um, but when my husband passed and Waterdeep fell into a state of disarray, I was able to piece it back together. And I don't like to, I don't want to toot my proverbial horn, but I do feel something of a linchpin for the calamities and day-to-day operations of Waterdeep. So I've very happily traded away some of my arcane talent to allow myself to keep doing this job.
Well, that's mighty selfless of you to give away such power for the sake of your city.
Well, I suppose that's a very nice way of looking at it.
I
And I
hope they
appreciate that.
appreciate it, and thank you kindly for the little vial of underwater breathing. I hope we use it well.
And she leans in and puts her hands on your shoulders and whispers, "I hope they do too." And kind of pats you on each shoulder. Yeah.
Still very nervous.
So we can have one of the shore patrols from the City Watch. We can anchor you out to the ocean's floor. We could have them attempt to stay there. They would be um, a bit defenseless against the dragon's attack, or we could have them drop you off and come back in 6 or 7 days. The choice is up to you. This is somewhat my plan, but this is very much your operation. So you have my full and direct support.
I look expectantly at both Lodestone and John.
Eh,
You
this is
there,
gonna be
young
fun.
child.
All right.
Well, they've been the ones like figuring out what we're doing next, so Tanga's real blank behind the eyes right now.
I think we could use an escort out there, but I think a show of force here isn't the smart thing. I think
Nope.
scouting's what you want, so scouting we shall.
Okay.
And what if we do find a giant bald dragon stuck under there? Do we just report back that it's stuck? Should we try to help it?
Child,
I would
if
say
you see a large dragon pinned under the ocean,
Hmm.
You run. You run until you cannot see it anymore.
I'm
We're
like
gonna
I'm like
be
in the
on
back of the group
on the
going like,
water, we
that's what I
can't run.
said.
We'll be all right.
I'm sure you will. You all seem to have good heads on your shoulders.
Thank you very much.
You are very welcome.
Do you mind doing a bio real quick, by the way?
Do a what? Oh, you got to take a potty?
Yeah, just gonna pee
Yeah.
real quick. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
Got
Take your
a
headset
pants.
with so we can hear.
Yeah.
If it were
Fri-
wireless, I would 100% just mute myself and play remotely.
No,
I
you
might do
carry
that.
the entire PC and you fry chicken for us right now, and
Ugh.
then you get advantage on everything. No.
Oh, he's getting inspiration from pissing.
Yeah, the old pispiration.
I never get that.
Well, that's because it's gross when you do it.
How's that take you every time?
So as she escorts you out, Lodestone, she leans over to you and she says, I know you were far too young to remember me when you were a child, but you were the cutest little blue baby I have ever seen in my life. And it's so nice to see that you're doing well.
Oh, my father didn't indicate that he had help raising me.
Oh, it takes a village, young man. You'd be surprised who your father knows. She gives you like a very soft wink. And then she hands you a Werther's original. No.
Yes.
Mom?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, she gives you a knowing smile and shows you on your way.
Cold sweat right now. Just cold sweat.
You're just freaking out. You're like, oh my
Yeah.
god, how many people know? Yeah, she tells you that in a day's time, so the break of the next day, there will be the city watch, shore patrol. They muster just after daybreak, so feel free to go down to the docks. She will inform the leadership of the plans and who to expect. So again, as is kind of her tradition, she's going to do a fair bit of the logistical legwork. She's just counting on you guys to do the physical.
Sounds good to me.
Outstanding.
morning.
Well, I hope that you can enjoy my city to the best of your abilities, especially in these tumultuous times. And I hope that your mission goes well.
Yeah. Me too.
Do excuse me. And then she scurries off and goes back to reading ledgers and assisting. Since you guys have been gone, there's been quite a queue filled up because the young gnome, halfling, and human are kind of bickering about trade differentials between dragon scale to gold pieces, and they're going back to like things that they have written and addendums like, oh well, last week it was 20 gold for a scale, and they're like, no, now it's all the way down to 75 copper. uh, so she's doing her best to clarify and pacify the line that has just shown up. And Tanga
Well,
is still drooling. All right.
That's
I
my
wasn't
superpower, guys.
drooling, I was scared. Lodestone, you didn't say that your auntie was so sweet.
I did not know I had an auntie.
Oh, big family then. That's exciting.
It must be, and it's going to be if I have any more of those encounters. My father did not give any indication. I just assumed he was an only child like myself.
Well, I kind of hope that we meet more of your family if they're all as sweet as her. She was sweet as Feywine.
I just turn, smile at Taiga, like, yeah, I would be quite surprised to meet more of them myself.
When in reality, Lodestone's looking directly at the camera at me.
Giving the gym, doing the gym, right, Billy?
Lodestone's giving the DM the gym face. Sick.
I turn over to Yars because he almost never talks. I say, Yars, do you have family here?
No, ma'am, I do not.
Anybody you close to, or?
The priest that saved me. Back when my parents passed.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's a sad sandwich story.
Well, is the priest still around on Faerun, or you just coming here
He
for a
doesn't.
visit?
He doesn't live in Faerun.
Oh, darn it. Well, hopefully we'll meet them at some point.
If he is on this astral plane, I am very curious why.
Well, why are you here, honey?
I retired.
This is your retirement?
No,
You should
I'm playing.
probably rethink that.
I'm playing. I want to see what you say.
I fully
Yeah,
expect
that 401k did not come in, did it?
Goddamn business.
No, I met my deity, and he told me to leave my time in the astral sea and come to Faerun in search of an adventure. And he gave me this cartographer toolkit, as well as my cloak, which has his symbol on it.
Ooh, fancy cloak
Which
and a map,
is
man. That's pretty
A
neat.
cloak of protection.
I mean, like, what is the symbol, my friend?
Oh, you want me to describe it for you?
Yeah, give me
Sure.
some word pictures so everyone knows what it looks like.
Ooh.
All right. Symbol of my deity on the back, a black circle with 7 stars which glow different colors like tiny suns.
Yep.
Well, that's
So
beautiful.
like a firework?
Kinda.
It was like the
If-
Avengers
if-
just called on you to use your autism power.
Steve, stop missing.
I'm streaming.
I can hear him on his cell phone in the bathroom. Yeah, it's a very fine. Obviously, like it looks elven made, so it's finery, but it also has this very ethereal glow behind each of the suns. Pretty, some would call it.
Hmm.
Yeah. All right. For lack of a better term, you guys have the rest of the day. It's just broken noon, so you guys are free to do what you want or what you need.
Well, when do we have to be at the docks to go out there?
Daybreak, any day.
Oh, yeah.
It just has to be in the morning.
I am going to go back to a weapon shop. I think I have some idea.
Okay.
You think they're gonna give you a deal yet, or?
All right. So you make your way out of the castle ward, and you kind of mosey around until you find something called Orm's High Bench. And on the outside, it's like, instead of like, having like a sign and it's like, oh, that's cool. Sticking out of like the top of the building is just a giant hand holding a sword. A la like Orlando gift shop looking kind of place. There you go. You go in and uh, usually people aren't in full plate. Like just walking around, including like the headpiece.
Yeah.
The person who approaches you is in like a full face mask, and he goes, "Hello, welcome to Orange High Bench. How can I help you?"
I'm looking for a hand crossbow for my size.
We might have a
Correct.
sword for your size.
A hand crossbow.
Yeah. Would you like maybe an axe?
No. Just a hand crossbow.
I don't think he can hear you.
Oh, okay. Let me go get the boss. I'll be right back. And he like,
Thing.
you can tell, like, I mean, he's moving in it, but he is like struggling to get around in this full plate armor.
Struggling to hear too, I guess.
Yeah. And you are greeted by a halfling who is in half plate. And he says, Sorry about that, sir. You're looking for a hand crossbow.
That is correct.
Okay. I think we can do that. Unfortunately, our hand crossbows are really only tailored to fire our bolts. It's kind of a brand thing. Are you okay with that?
No, that's dumb as hell.
Well, it keeps repeat business. People come back and buy our bolts.
I mean, I get it, but like,
Oh, okay. So you get it. Come on, you get it.
yeah, but it's useless if you plan on traveling literally anywhere else than this
Yeah,
fucking city.
that's why we usually outsource our wares to hunters and the city watch and people who live in the city and people who work at the brothels who want a hand crossbow for the city. You know, like it. This is a pretty big city, man.
Big
So
enough
you
to
want to?
not have your fucking crossbow.
Would you like?
I
Would you like a hand crossbow? You want to take a look? At least look at it.
no.
Come on,
I rubbed the bridge of my nose and go, fuck it, jeez.
come on. Just here. Let me tell you what. You take a look at it. If you like it, I'll give it to you half off.
I will probably like it, but it's useless to me if I just cannot fucking use it anywhere but
Okay.
Waterdeep.
Okay. How about this? How about this? I'll charge you the full price, and I'll give you half off on the bolts.
I snap my
Hey,
fingers and do the little guns at him. No.
okay. Okay. How about this? I'll give you half off the crossbow, and I'll charge you 25% for the bolts. And he like crosses his arms and like leans back in like a 90s rapper pose.
I pull out the one hand crossbow that I got from fucking Baldur's Gate. This one, just like this fucking one. I don't want specialty bolts.
Okay. I think our bolts could fit in that, maybe.
I don't want your. I want to use any bolts, not
Okay.
your bolt.
Well, I mean, I understand, but our hand crossbows only fire our bolts. But that crossbow might fire our bolts too. You'd have to give it a
Again,
try,
I
though.
rub my fucking temples with my hand and just fucking straight turn around and start walking out.
Okay, so is that do you want a sword? Maybe we
I'm-
got
I'm
swords.
Just gonna push the door open and keep going. This fucking city. This fucking city. I mumble to myself as I walk out.
I'm talking like a 13-year-old clerk, zero off, going like, would this be good for killing blue dragons, or like what would you suggest? You're the expert here, not me.
Oh, you're also there? Or are you asking
Yeah,
Smoke?
yeah. No, I'm asking like the underpaid shop clerk.
Oh, okay.
In the full
Well,
armor?
yeah. So the
Yeah.
person, the
The one that
entity,
can't hear anything.
the one in full plate goes, "Oh man, blue dragon, you're gonna want something like this because it's like really good. It's really you're gonna love it." And he hands you a +1 greatsword.
Ooh, how much is this?
This is 115 gold.
I Oh, 115 gold. That's actually quite doable. Can you actually hold this for me?
Hold, hold. What is this?
And I mean, I'm gonna put the sword on hold.
I don't think we do that.
Uh,
What?
uh, um, uh,
Ask
two
if they do a
copper.
rent to
Hold it.
own.
Yeah, 2 copper. Hold it for an hour, and if I don't give you a decision back, you can just keep the 2 copper.
20 copper.
Uh, 10 copper.
30 copper.
God damn it! I don't want the goddamn sword. How much for just 10 bolts?
Just so you know, our bolts only fire with our hand crossbows. They're specially
Uh,
made.
you don't have 10 regular bolts. You just have 10. Give me the branded bolts and let me see.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we can get you. I mean, we call them regular bolts. And he shambles. Like, I mean, he like clips the corner of like the bench to like walk around it. And pulls out 10 small hand crossbow bolts. But what you can tell is that they're just very small swords with a notch
Oh,
in the back to be fired out of a hand crossbow.
would they fit out of a regular crossbow?
Oh yeah, I mean they might
I,
they'll fire.
I'll buy 10.
Okay. He says 10 copper pieces.
Done. There you go. There you go. Thank you for your miniature, your brand, whatever. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem, man. You guys have a good day. Good luck with that blue dragon with the whole 10 bolts you bought. And then he shambles around to help other patrons. Side note, doing that voice is really hard to breathe,
Oh my god.
and I regret it immediately.
I would also like to then talk to the shopkeeper.
Oh my god. Oh, hey, how's it going? How can I help you?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So you have 10, just put in your inventory 10 special crossbow bolts. If you fire them out of your hand crossbow, you will fire them at a disadvantage. However, if they connect, they will do 1d8 of damage. Yard?
Heard.
Beautiful, beautiful. Anyone else? It is still midday. You got some time. My heart's a wheezing, my butt's a squeezing. What's going on?
Can't sell here. I don't have the permits, so.
Yes, you do.
For Waterdeep? No, I typically stay around Baldur's Gate.
I need a permit to sell stuff.
Typically in big cities, you have to, like, it's like a food truck. You have to have a permit to be able to sell in certain
Well,
areas.
that's not. I'm sorry.
Huh?
That's a rhetorical question.
Yeah. You're saying, he's saying, why not? Go to town.
Let's
Well, I
fucking do it.
suppose I could go right outside the city and sell there.
Where I sit.
Yeah. You and John could tag team healing people.
I don't like that. No,
You guys could work side by side and help people.
that's better.
Thanks,
Well,
Dad.
I'm not a healer, but yeah, if you want to come with me, we can walk. Do you still have Maple? Do I still have Daisy on my cart?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so in my mind's eye, Daisy has always been right next to you, up to and including when you're inside the council chamber.
No.
Just picture her,
Daisy
staring at the
waits
dragon, she
outside.
chewing the cud, oh shit, that's a dragon in it.
No.
No, whenever you guys go inside, you hook her up to a hitching post. You hitch her. That's the word.
Okay.
With the locked cabin in tow.
Well, then I suppose while we wait for the morning, I will pop outside the city. I'll see where John normally sits and heals people, and I'll be close by trying to sell my wares.
Okay.
Fun fact, it's where I also sleep.
Yeah, he also likes to sleep in the dirt like a weirdo and not
I
in a
have
inn.
a carpet.
Well, that's fine. I normally sleep in my
very small
cart,
cot.
so.
John is now arguing with God. I have this linen.
I have a carpet.
Okay.
A
Yeah.
rug.
You and John make it to the outskirts of where's my map? I should probably have given
Okay.
you one of these as well. Outside of the trade ward, so you guys are outside of what they call the river gate, which is where John usually makes his or performs his trade. The trolls have started what looks like a bonfire, but really only makes it up to their shins. And they are finishing up cooking the last of their meals. You guys do notice that there is another healer out there. She's just out there doing her best, and she's more focused on the lesser humanoid races. Mhm.
Neat.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna walk up next here with Maple. You mind any company?
Was that to Shannon?
No.
No, that was to
Oh.
the healing lady.
The other healer.
Oh, and this very elderly halfling turns around, and she's got flowers in her hair, she's got flowers stuffed into her dress, and she like pinches your cheek. She like reaches up and she goes, "Oh, it's absolutely not. Come on, the more the merrier. Where are you hurt?" And she's like opening your mouth and like say, "Ah," like
No,
opening
hey,
your eyes.
look, hey,
No,
no,
no, no, no. Are you okay?
lady, I'm okay. Thank you.
No,
I
yes.
also am a healer.
Oh, exciting.
Yep. I was just minding
Yeah.
if you mind if I sit up over here.
No, sure, sure. It's not gonna bother me at all. And she goes to like pat your arm, but she's so short, she just kind of like whacks just above your knee. She's like, "Yes,
Oh,
yes."
I reflexively cover my dick.
she kind of like, "Oh, you naughty boy."
That medical bag is gone.
Yeah, you are poor. No, yeah, and she kind of just dismisses you and with a wave goes back to doing her thing.
Awesome. Well, this is it. I sit out here and, you know, heal people.
Just anybody, or
hmm I mean, unless they're like, gonna stab me or something.
does that happen often, or
I'm not saying it hasn't, but it's not common.
you've been stabbed by somebody you offered to heal?
Uh, like, they tried. I'm pretty wily most of the time, but, like, not a lot of people want to stab someone who's trying to help them, you know?
Uh, I suppose. I mean, I've been on the dirt road long enough to deal with the occasional bandit, but it
Mm.
helps if you just talk your way out of it and maybe offer them a discount.
Yeah, or run real fast.
Oh, Daisy's pretty fast, and normally if she thinks that I'm not really talking my way out of that one, she makes the decision for me, so.
John, when you hear Tanka talk about Daisy, Daisy like looks up and like brays, but like shows her teeth. She's just like, "Yee."
Does Daisy look sentient? Like,
Yeah, yeah. It looks like one of those commercials where yeah, she's like all teeth. She's now just
She's the brains of this
yeah.
operation.
She
Mentos fresh.
yeah. Every time Tanka refers to Daisy, she seems to like sway like up and down, and then when she said the nice thing, you can see her like gums and teeth, like she's opening her lips. Kind of like she's
I
cribbing, but it looks like a smile to a human.
I sidle Maple to the other side of the tent and just kind of go, "Oh yeah, that's nice. Yeah, it's always
Ooh.
nice to have a friend."
Billy, can I make an insight check? Is Daisy the real character and Shannon's just playing an illusion, and it's an intelligent, hyper intelligent magical horse?
You sure? You know what? Roll me that intelligence.
I
Go
like
ahead.
that
Go ahead.
idea.
See what happens.
Natural 30.
Yep. Let's see
I
it.
hope he gets high.
Hold on, I'm on my phone right now.
Yeah. Stop holding your phone
Daisy
and flush the
sometimes
toilet.
told her. Holy shit, that'd be so
No,
fucking funny.
I was cooking something for tomorrow.
Yeah, cooking up a poop.
Trying to get my food ready for breakfast. I gotta be up at 4. Okay,
Yeah,
calm yourself.
I gotta be up at 2. I don't want to hear about it.
Ooh. You want a kiss?
No. Smooch
I
my
think you should.
wife.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If
well-
this is 20.
Yeah,
This
go
is
ahead.
20. I swear to God.
Oh
Yeah. Yeah, so gleaning from that weird conversation, you get to understand that Daisy is a horse and well trained. Either maybe not trained like a normal way, but she has learned an awful lot.
Yeah. I kind of look at her, look at my geode, look at her, look at my geode.
I'm looking at you, devil horse. No,
Daisy
it's just a
takes
horse.
good care of me.
Yeah, she is a noble and loving steed.
I may have put her
We've been lied
in
to
some spots
immediately.
that she doesn't like, but she she makes it doable. She has saved my hide a couple times.
Yeah, Daisy kind of like flails her tail. Some poop comes out.
Mhm.
Oh,
She's shitting. She's just pooping.
ah,
Anyway,
Yeah.
I don't know if I should sell very close to these trolls just because the last time I sold near trolls, they just asked me about coupons for taverns. So I'm
Uh,
gonna wait until there might be some people who might actually buy some stuff before I start my song and dance.
the older halfling uh kind of caught wind of what you said. It kind of marches right up to you, and she says, "No, uh, not trolls are very simple, young lady. And if you kind of put it in a this for that um kind of preface, they're more akin uh to kind of understand what you're saying. Unfortunately, it sounds like once trolls get something in their mind, they have a really, really hard time uh, breaking it. But I think this young man uh, helped one earlier and was paid in food. That's nice.
That is very nice, and I'm sure they're lovely. But for the guild that I work for, they need coin, and I
Oh,
don't
which
wanna
guild? The Thieves
the
Guild.
oh
You naughty
heavens,
girl. And
no, no.
she kind of like pats at you jokingly. She's like, mm.
Oh, you. No, I work for the Alchemist Guild back in
Oh,
Baldur's Gate.
oh, the Alchemist Guild back in Baldur's Gate. Oh, I'm also in the Alchemist Guild. And
You don't
she pulls
say.
a scroll off of her little fanny pack, and it shows that yeah, she's authorized to sell anywhere along the Sword Coast.
It's so good to meet you. I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Oh, that's because I didn't say it. My name is Torn Malura. It's very nice to meet you.
Torn
You.
Melora, it's so lovely to meet you. I'm Tanga Dimly. I typically pop around Baldur's Gate, but extenuating circumstances have caused us to be elsewhere.
Oh, oh, I almost said, "Oh my, yes," and that would have been
Oh my yes.
yeah, because it fit. All right. Oh, this is the whole nasty dragon business. She
Yes,
like
ma'am.
she puts a hand up to the side of her face, but like she's still speaking at full normal volume.
Yes, nasty business indeed. I'm hoping that people are safe, but uh what we saw of that boat earlier, I really don't think people are safe right now.
She like takes a gasp. She's like, and she like puts a hand out on your wrist, and she's like, "Another ship didn't get destroyed, did it?"
Yes, ma'am.
Oh my, oh my. And she like rubs the wrinkles like in her forehead. She's like mushing
Oh.
the skin around. She's like, these poor humans, they don't even get to live that long, but it seems like they're always so miserable, you know? There's
hey,
something bad is always happening to them.
what?
No, no, I'm not talking about like, oh, humans are always sad. There's just for people like us with longer lifetimes, we usually get to feel an era of calm or peace, whether that be our childhood or adolescence or our elder lives. But some of you, your lifespan only lasts for the misery. And that is so sad. That is so very sad. And you can see like her eyes are like welling up with tears.
Well, what I learned back home is that you make your own happiness, you know? Well, some of the people back home use that as an excuse to be mighty unkind to others, but for the most part, we just make do. And it seems like the humans, despite having lots of troubles at times, it does keep things interesting, doesn't it?
They kill for Papa.
It does. I suppose interesting is a way to see it through a different set of glasses, as it were.
Interesting can
And
be mighty fun. That's why I came
yeah,
from the Feywild in the first place. They have a lot more things to do here than we did back home.
oh, child, you have the glow of a fae all about you. I knew exactly where you had come from moment I laid eyes on you. In fact, I have some things from your home." And she roots around in her little bushel and pulls out several glowing flowers.
I would recognize these from back home, wouldn't I?
Yes.
Oh my, how'd you keep them so fresh this whole time?
So these are called strangle flowers, and when they are planted in soil, they become sentient and will kill you.
Yeah, little besties.
Yeah. She goes,
Hmm.
"Well, I picked them yesterday, and they
You were
don't
in the
have."
Feywild yesterday?
Oh no, I was in the Feywild today too. I just pop on in and take the things I want, but come back and you know as you do.
Oh, quick little trip. That
Yeah.
sounds lovely. What brings you here with all them troubles they got here?
Oh, well, that's why I'm here. Like I said, humans have such a hard time, just making it. Just roughing it. And
Hmm.
she balls her
Seen
fists
this,
up and
yes.
kind of hunches over and half squats. And she's like, they're so resolute through all of the bad stuff, and they're so sweet and sometimes compassionate, but also horribly evil. And I
Yeah,
think,
been a good mix, yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. There's well, we really have to do our part to just kind of observe, and when observation isn't really doing much, because it doesn't, for the sake of knowledge, we can intervene, we can help out a little bit. And she kind of shakes her hips to shake the satchel full of poultices and stuff. Shakes her little halfling fanny.
I love her. Shannon loves her. Yes. But pardon, how you gonna help anybody with the strangle stuff? That I don't think that'll do much good for them. It's fun for
Oh.
us, but not so much for the humans.
Oh, okay. So when in the ground,
Mm.
horribly lethal. Horribly lethal.
Yeah, it's quite fun, yeah.
However, if you take the leaves and strip the stamen, and you can make it into something of a poultice. And I honestly, if you pack it into a wound, those strangle roots that usually come out actually start to debride and close up any sort of wounds.
I understand some of those words, yeah. John, that sounds like something you'd be interested in, yeah?
I mean, yeah, I haven't followed a damn thing you guys were talking about, but I was kind of,
Ah,
caught up on the just being able to realm hop, I
Well,
guess.
Miss Torn Malora has some really uh, valuable healing items. Miss,
Oh, well,
would
I
you
assume
be
that's why
willing to
she's like out
part
here.
with some of them?
oh, yeah,
Of course I'd
yes.
pay. I'm not about to try to take anything from you, but how much are you willing to part with?
Well, I will. You can have these three, and yeah, there you go.
Okay, how much would you want for them?
Well, what do you think is fair?
Oh
Hmm.
no, I've played this game back in the Feywild. No, no. If you here, you gotta name a price, and if I got it, I'll use it.
Okay, free. If you don't want to name a price, you can
Uh,
just have them. There.
Madam, I don't want to be taking nothing from you. I feel like that would be mighty unkind.
Okay, then what would a kind price be?
Oh, oh, I never was good at these games back home either.
Oh,
Uh,
child, I promise you, this is more of a lesson than it is a trick.
oh well, I'll tell you, I wasn't good at those either. Uh,
Well,
Don't just
there's a
give her a
I just
gold
take
piece,
two
Tanka.
gold, or
Fuck.
I take 3 gold pieces out. 1 gold for each of the plants, please.
okay. And she takes the 3 gold pieces and puts it in her little backside pouch. And she goes, "They're all yours." She looks at John and she goes, "Young man, do you know how to use these?"
Nope. I'm just kind of figuring out alchemy as I go along.
Okay, so she walks you through it. So these are called stranglethorn flowers. If you plant them in the ground, it will become sentient and it will attack everything within a 15-foot radius.
Oh, whoop! And I just hand it back over
Yeah,
to
no,
Tina.
no,
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 no.
that
No,
was first of
they're
all, that was a fun game back home.
yeah,
Anyway, she's
they're
saying you can use it for healing.
yeah. Back in the Feywild, it's a lethal skip it. Um, what? Sorry, I made myself laugh. Um, she explains to you that you can crush these and dilute them in like high proof alcohol to make like a rapid healing potion. Or if you're in a pinch, you can bite the heads off of the flowers, chew them up, and spit them into a wound, and it will attempt to grow roots in the wound, but in doing so, it will debride and close the wound.
Huh.
For DM's sake, if you are to attempt to make a potion out of these, I will have you roll a medicine roll and then a couple D somethings to try to refine it, and then it will either be a lesser, regular, or greater healing potion. And if you want to use one in a pinch, if you want to chew it up and hawk it into a wound, it will heal 1d4 of damage.
Nope. I would try to alchemize them
Well, I'm just saying you
and
have the
put them into
option to
strats.
do.
I
Yeah.
understand. I don't like that idea.
Yeah, well, I'm giving you the options, dingus.
No, I do appreciate it. John doesn't like the idea of doing that.
Well, John can lick my butthole. Anyway,
Maybe he will.
yeah, maybe he will. And when he meets God.
He's gonna lick God's butthole.
Yeah.
I've got a
Yars.
salad for him to toss.
All right, we have 10 minutes. Yars, do you have anything you want to do?
I'm just looking for a place to stay for the night.
I'd like
Okay.
to let God know if he'd like to give his blessings to me, I will lick his butthole.
No, Steven. Are you looking for a nicer place? Are you looking for a place close to where you first entered the city? Are you looking for just like a hostel where there's like a bunch of beds?
Something convenient that's near the dock, so I'm where we're supposed to meet up.
Okay, so you want to stay relatively close to the dockyard.
Alright.
So there is the shipmaster's hall that is only captains are allowed to stay there, so you would get turned away pretty quickly. There's the ship's prow, which is one of the most well-known inns in the city. Uh, Anybody and everyone is welcome. It is a 4-story high inn. The clientele there is, I wouldn't say unsavory, but there are a lot of drunk sailors who try to find respite there. If you're looking for something quieter than that, there's something called the Rearing Hippocampus.
Something quieter.
Okay, the Rearing Hippocampus. It is an inn designed for scholars. You walk in, and it is closer to a library with food than you would assume a normal inn. It is warm. It is comfortable. You are greeted in a hushed tone, but very warmly.
Hello, I am looking for a room for the evening.
Okay. Unfortunately, due to how many
Jesus
people
Christ.
have what? What?
Just the fucking all the exposition to go. Sorry, no fake.
Yeah, I know.
No,
I'm
no,
like,
no.
Jesus fucking Christ.
So it's it is 2 gold a night currently. Let me finish it, dingus. It is 2 gold a night to stay here. Is that all right with you, sir?
Yes.
Outstanding. He hands you a key and he goes, it is the 6th floor.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Please keep your voice down.
No.
You start firing your rifle wildly. All right, you have a 2-bed room at the Rearing Hippocampus. Also, for those of you who have ever played D&D 5e, feel free to look this place up because it is silly. All right, Yars has a place for the night.
Yeah, I'll just get food and then head to my room.
Food is brought to your room.
All right, cool.
Yeah. And much to your surprise, it is all incredibly light elven fare.
Interesting.
Yep. It's for the elevated of mind, as it were, being the hippocampus. All right, we got 2 or 3 minutes. House cleaning, housekeeping. What does everybody want to do to set us up for next week?
I'm like I'm writing like in my notebook. I'm starting like one of those like boards. Those like the
Trifold
what
boards.
yeah, like one of those trifold boards. It's like these are the dragons we're currently dealing with. These are like, and I'm doing like almost like a crime scene investigation thing of like, and
Is
then
that a
God
middle school
told us.
science fair project with his stupid fucking poster board?
Yeah, it's the threefold board.
The very top is like, Dragon God said we're fucked. What do?
Yeah.
Volcanoes
And
with
yourself.
baking soda and vinegar.
Yep. But it's just a dragon's mouth. Ooh, flame. Ooh.
Ooh.
I'll be
Okay.
making healing potions, so that's
Okay. After this, I will talk to you offline about how we're gonna go about doing that moving forward into the campaign. Shannon,
Hmm.
what is Tanga doing?
Well, I'm assuming we're waiting for dawn, so if John's camping out here, I can just sleep in my cart with Daisy.
Okie
So,
doke. Full night's sleep minus 1 ration.
weehaw.
Mr. Hippo.
I'm gonna try and fucking contract out someone to make me a fucking normal ass hand crossbow
But don't
the
you want
entire
sword
session.
bolts?
Okay.
with normal
Uh,
fucking bull.
Okay. Yeah. You actually go back to the same shop that Hobie
Oh God.
got the dragon scale carving of the little dragon. It's called Alderblade's
Okay.
Fine Carvings. And he says, yeah, he'd be more than happy to cut and affix a hand crossbow for you. You are just going to need to bring him the cable to make the actual like launcher part of the hand crossbow,
Okay.
and it'll set you back 2 gold.
Fucking easy. I got
All
that.
All right, done and done.
Where can I get a cable? I'm assuming a woodwork or a metal workshop.
Yeah, you can go. Let's see, in the trade word. You didn't want to go there because that place doesn't like you anymore. You can go to a place called the Dragon's Breath, which is an alchemist shop. However, you do know that metal bands or sinew can be used in alchemical mixtures. So they will charge you 50 silver for 1 stretched sinew.
I'll buy 3 of them.
Okay. That's 1 gold, 50 pieces.
Is there that? I believe that is 1 electrum and 50
Oh, sorry.
silver
I forgot.
pieces?
Yeah, 1 electrum. Yeah.
All right,
We are
I'm out of the
introducing.
campaign. I'll see you guys later.
No. We're
We're
adding
using Electrum.
electrum.
Yep.
No, it's the
Ooh.
coolest form of currency.
If Electrum, my fucking balls, dude.
Why don't Americans
do.
use the $50 more often? No.
Give me the Susan B. Anthony. Ooh.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Done deal. You have
And I'm bringing
3
back to him.
sinews. He takes them. He says it'll take about a day or 2.
Okay.
All right. Is everyone good with housekeeping, house cleaning? Lodestone.
Creeping around.
Oh God.
I'd say that.
I figured. What last bits, thoughts, things you want Lodestone to do? Okay.
Didn't do that either.
I figured.
That's a
God.
hell of a last thought.
I mean, if
God damn
if everybody's splitting off and finding their own lodgings, I would probably end my night with a little prayer and/or observation at a Temple of the Red Knight, and if not, Temple for Tempest, and then bearing that, I'll go get a stay at a modest inn.
Didn't
Okay. There actually
Did ask,
is a
though.
tavern in the Southward that is specific for you guys. It's called the Red Gauntlet. You are given a discount because you fall under their sigil. So it really only costs you about 20 copper for full meal, full drink,
Jeez.
and whatever else you wanted to eat.
What a
Take some,
Motel 8.
yeah,
Meal-
take some snacks with
Good
you.
enough.
And you
Good
want
enough.
a place to sleep.
Yeah,
How fancy we looking?
modest. Yeah, no, like a modest inn to stay, get a meal, get a drink.
Okay. There's the Sleeping Dragon's Den, which is eerily vacant for some reason. But it, you know, if there was some sort of astral way of counting stars on how good it would be, it'd be like a 3.5 star.
Perfect.
Okay. Yeah.
Astral
He
Yelp.
says, yeah, pick any room you want, any size. There's a silver, I guess.
Thank you kindly, sir.
He hands you not just one key, he hands you 2 keys to 2 different rooms. He's like, I don't know, take your time, pick whichever one you like. Doesn't matter.
Which one has a window that doesn't have part of the roof? Like you can't walk up to the window.
Both.
Or is this ground floor?
No, it's ground floor.
Oh, perfect. Now I just take whatever side's not towards an alley.
Okay. There you go. Nice and comf. Our heroes, now given a little bit of purpose and direction, are now motivated. The hippo has a hand crossbow question mark.
Daddy, I'm inting.
You guys, Lodestone has learned a little bit about his familial line ish.
Ish. Big ish.
Yeah, big ish. Big
Big.
ish. And yeah, Hobie has not had a complete mental break, so it was a win.
Pretty good.
Nice. Emotional, damn it.
I
Oh,
only
I
saw
deserve
something
that.
today that is horrifying, but I know can know death.
Okay.
Like that's the only reason why. It's like, oh, that's a mortal thing.
Okay. Is it pooping?
It's your poor dragon's
No,
diarrhea from earlier.
It's the day one, like Dragon God telling me the world is effed. Day 2, Godzilla's here. He's mad at he's mad at the ships.
Good. For everyone's situational awareness, next session, depending on choices rendered, may or may not be very combat heavy. I highly suggest everyone reread their abilities, reread their attacks. If something on Roll20 does not read or come out properly, please reach out to me on Discord. I will try to fix it on Saturday, and I will contact you guys with the fixes. Sound good?
Sounds great.
Okay.
Sure.
Thank you.
Okay. Awesome. Well, I hope you guys are still having fun. I'm glad you guys kind of have a little bit more direction. I refuse to railroad you guys, unless I really, really fucking have to. Yeah, bitches, gripes, complaints. Talk to me offline, or just message me on Discord if you guys have any questions about the characters, the places, things that maybe didn't make a whole hell of a lot of sense to you as a person, but maybe would have as a player. Okay, guys.
Okay.
All
Woo.
right. Well, later.
See you later. I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
Later.
Bye bye.
Oh, God.
Bye, guys.
Yay! More dragons. That's a big dragon. I don't want to die, but Tanga doesn't really mind, so let's go. What? Alright, I will see you guys next time for more of this campaign on Tuesday, 6:30 p.m. EST. But if you want to see more of our swashbuckling campaign, oh my god, what are you doing? There will be more of that Thursday at 6:30 p.m. EST. So I hope to see you then. And until next time, bye-bye.